Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Happy holidays. Today we're going to be checking out the latest release from the Bass Gang, which as always it's such an honor to be a part of that group and to be a part of these videos. And it's so fun to be able to make analysis videos for this awesome group on my own channel. Super excited. I am home for the holidays. As you can see, I am back in an old setting for these videos. I'm rocking this awesome muscle Christmas sweater that my little sister got me. Got the Santa hat, so we're very much in the holiday spirit. I am using a totally jerry-rigged setup because a lot of my equipment's back in Phoenix. So I've got my Sony camera I'm shooting. I bought a new ring light that's on. I'm using an old Yeti microphone that I have a pop filter taped over top of it because I don't have like a real pop filter at the moment. We're recording the screen recording through OBS. It is a whole operation, but I'm here to deliver despite it being the holidays. This song was arranged for us by our amazing manager, Casper, who is also featured in this song. Absolutely phenomenal tenor voice that can also extend down into the bass range, either with his freakish morning voice or with subharmonics. I've heard the audio for this. I actually haven't heard the final audio, and this video I also don't think is the final audio. It's just not the master. It's one of the final mixes, so very close. You guys probably won't notice a difference. But I, of course, haven't seen the video. This has been totally under lock and key from Marwan, who's done the video editing. So I don't know what to expect, but I know Marwan had a lot of fun doing it. So I'm excited to dig in. Guys, as always, please do like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell, go support the Bass Gang, and join me over there on Patreon if I'm bringing life, bringing love to your musical experience. And a quick shout out to my partner for this YouTube channel, TuneLark. They are an amazing virtual musical learning company. Use the link in the description below to get 50% off your first trial lesson with them, whether it's composition or guitar or voice or violin. Doesn't matter, they offer everything over there. Without further ado, you guys know how much I love doing these videos, so let's get into it.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
And I don't care about those presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Make my wish come true.
Oh.
'Cause all I want for Christmas,
I did see this part on Instagram.
Is you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, I just want you for my own.
Oh my God, the smolder.
More than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Oh my God, these backgrounds.
All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, baby.
All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. And the sound of children's laughter fills the air.
And everyone is singing.
Yes, the snaps.
I hear the sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just wanna see my baby standing right outside my door.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know.
Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you.
What? Oh my gosh. This exceeded my wildest expectations for this song. It's so good. I'm so happy right now. Wow. Okay, so some backstory. Casper offered to do an arrangement for us for Christmas, and we actually had an entire song done until we decided not to do that song for reasons I won't name here, but hopefully we'll be able to release that song next year. So then we had a choice to make where we were like, okay, we just did an entire song, and now we're like pushing up against the deadline. What do we do? And Casper's like, you know what? I'll just arrange another one. You guys have any suggestions? And so I was like, well, my favorite one I did with my group in undergrad was All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's just, you can fit the solo to all voice types. You can do it in so many different styles. Casper's like, cool, got it. So by the time we had our next meeting a week later, Casper has this whole new arrangement, which you now hear. We've added a few things along the way. He was like, I did this really fast. If you guys want to go into the booth and record some extra stuff, do it. It's always better to have extra. So I'll point out some of those things as we go along. But yeah, huge shout out to Casper. I mean, when he first sent us the demo, because he had to do it so fast, it was like admittedly on his end, like pretty rough, because he was just like throw it in there, like not even really much tuning, just like, here it is. Do you guys want to do it? And so now that it's like polished and everyone like made really good recordings of their parts, it's like a really, really solid Christmas cover. And incredible mixing from Ed Boyer. The master, which I don't think is here, will be from Bill Hares again. So just a big shout out. Casper really put the team on his back and helped us with this. And then Marwan agreed to take on the video, and this is a phenomenal video. All the little zooms in there, all the effects, all the backgrounds, the really great blurring between foreground and background that Ryan Tang kind of introduced, and it looks like Marwan like took the baton and then raised the level on that style of editing, so it looks just phenomenal. We got some huge low notes. Bobby on, as good as his morning voice gets there at the end. I'll talk about that a little bit. And then Casper just like, unreal high tenor range shown off by him. And, I got to do some crooner stuff, which is like my favorite thing. One of my favorite things to sing, and it really works with like the classical training. So, man, I'm so pleased. So let's get into it, and I'll give you guys a little more insight musically.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
So when Casper first did this part, his first demo, and what we were doing until just a few days ago, he was singing all the way down to, I think, down to A1, I think, in chest. Let me turn my keyboard up. Down to an A1 in chest, and it was, you could hear the editing a little too much, even though Casper can get down there and chest voice is nuts. His chest voice is like just as low as mine in the morning. But then we're like, dude, like you are like a rock star tenor. Like, let's start off the song with doing this in a tenor octave. So that's what you hear now. And obviously it sounds incredible, and then also presents more contrast to when I come in the next line and it's much more in that, bass baritone range.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
And I don't care about those presents underneath the Christmas tree.
So you guys can tell I love singing in this style. If you haven't seen my cover of My Future by Billie Eilish, which I'll leave here, I suppose. It's very much in this style. It's almost like Frank Sinatra singing Billy was kind of my thinking. And it really works well singing this style in like that low baritone kind of crooner range. And this song, especially this part of the song, how this arrangement is here, is perfect for this style of singing. So I was really glad Casper chose to go that direction and to give me the solo on this part. I think it's really fitting for our strengths as a group.
There is just one thing I need,
and I don't care about those presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Make my wish come true. 'Cause all I want for Christmas is you.
I love this. The whole background part is ooze, which I've talked a lot on this channel about how ooze blend really well. They just give a nice foundation and they don't get in the way of the soloist at all. So really nice way to start this song, keeping it soft and intimate. Really nice job on the arrangement there. Make my wish come true. There's one line I did that I got from Sam Valentine, who's the soloist for the version I did in undergrad. Absolutely phenomenal singer. Just got to hear him sing this again. We had a big a cappella reunion a couple weekends ago. So cool to sing with those guys. Really excellent singers, really, all of them.
It's come true.
Let me find this bit.
For my own,
this line.
More than you could ever know.
Shout out to Valentine.
Make my wish come true.
Make my wish come true.
Little variation there. We were all ooze, right? Until this background came in with a little bit of text repetition of the lead. Perfect. Just a little bit of variation before we get into this next section.
My wish come true.
Make my wish come true.
'Cause all I want for Christmas is you.
Allowing a little bit of vibrato to come in there. I talk about that a lot on the channel. Christmas is you. So straight tone and then vibrato. Great way to just keep the interest and kind of keep the energy and momentum going forward as you hold a note. Very common in musical theater.
'Cause all I want for Christmas is you. Oh, I don't want.
Marwan blasting down to a low D. And Marwan, big time hero, he was really, really sick for most of this process, and he was still somewhat sick when recording this, and he just absolutely smashed it.
Oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas.
If you're really familiar with Marwan's voice, like I am after the last few years, you can tell he's got a little bit of clog happening in like his sinus area, but still maintaining such clarity in the tone. It's really remarkable that he was able to pull off this high quality of a sound while getting over essentially like a bad flu. I mean, like that is talent. That's technique.
Oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need, and I don't care about the present underneath the Christmas tree.
So we've opened up from ooze and we were opening up the vowels to ah, right? Have a little more intensity. And what's cool about this part is I'm technically doing the bass line, but it's higher than the solo, which is another smart arrangement choice because they don't clash. Like if I was singing like I do here in a minute, while Marwan is also singing down to that low D, potential to get muddy, or you might have to pan the bass out to the left and right ear to clear up some space. But it's cool how like the lead is actually lower than the bass line. And then when Tommy comes in, or Bobby maybe, can't remember who's next, then I go down to the low Ds and sit on them for a while.
And I don't care about the present underneath the Christmas tree. I don't hang my stocking.
So you can hear now how we're in the same registration, but what Ed Boyer has done is he's added more bass frequency to the bass line that I'm singing and removed some of the high cutty stuff. And for Bobby's, he's actually removed some of that bass content in Bobby's sound and added a lot of brightness into his sound. So even though we're singing in the same place, the actual spectral envelope, that's the term for kind of how the frequencies are balanced in a mix of a certain sound wave, there's space within them even though we're singing in a similar range. So that's an audio engineering trick that you have to use if you have a lot of instruments or voices singing in the same register.
I don't need.
See right there, Bobby's going, and I'm going, so mine's like a really bassy sound. Bobby's is a more forward sound. But right at the start, when Bobby goes down to that low note, we're both singing the same pitch, yet you can still hear them clearly and they don't interfere because of that strategy with the mixing.
The Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. Oh,
Bobby's voice was otherworldly for his solos in this. Like his G's at the end are like Jeff level, just crazy. And the lowest I know the lowest Bobby's ever sung is an F1 in chest voice. I have heard him in person sing an F sharp because we had, a couple big late nights out in the Czech Republic, and I remember he woke up and had an F sharp one. I had a G sharp one. Manav had an A. Tommy had like a G sharp. We just like all profundos that morning. But Bobby's G's at the end of this song, and I'm already talking about it because they're so good, are just so full and relaxed and bassy, and it very much reminds me of that morning where he had, another half step. And certainly when he made this recording, he could have gone down lower. You can tell there's still a little bit of room under that G1. Crazy. Nice arrangement choices here by Casper to switch from the shoo-ba-doo-up to sustained and repetition of the text. Again, Bobby's solo is sounding similar right in this part, but the switch of the backgrounds keeps it interesting.
To hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. Oh, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know.
Yes, Tommy.
Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
So those parts that I'm singing, those background harmonies, those were added by me in the booth. I was just like, I love how stripped down this part is. It's a much simpler part of the arrangement. It's almost going into like this dark section, but it felt like it needed a little something. There was like a little too much stagnation between our backgrounds, which are just block chords, and Tommy's solo. So I was like, what can I add here? And I just did a little, delayed repetition of the text in a two-part harmony, delayed repetition of the text. And it kind of adds just enough, in my opinion, to keep this part interesting and moving forward, when it otherwise would have been just a little bit too still.
It's come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh, you, oh, baby.
I mean, just a glorious descent all the way down to an E1 subharmonic from Bobby. Yeah, dude was on another level this day.
All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere. And the sound of children's laughter.
That's a tenor high B. That's the high note in Nessun Dorma. Now, he's obviously not singing it operatically, but it's got this like perfect purity of tone. I've talked before about Casper's brilliant vocal fold closure, Would have loved to see him train as an opera singer because he would have shredded, absolutely shredded. But a little bit of that rock grittiness in there too, which is so sick. And like, again, in this kind of like darker version of this song, it's perfect to just add a little bit of that grit, which you would not expect in a cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You. So bass gang, right?
All the lights are shining so brightly everywhere.
So this high B.
And the sound of children's laughter.
And he actually doesn't. I don't know how close his mouth is to what he actually did, but when listening, what he does, it goes like up here. The sound has a higher placement kind of in the forehead. And he keeps it purely in chest voice, but the placement shifts up. And he's not going sound. It's more like sound is more the vowel he's using, which is unusual. Usually you would hear a tenor really open up to like big mouth belt. But Casper he really threads the needle and keeps the vowel normalized and then shifts the placement. And it comes out with just a perfect high B.
And the sound of children's laughter fills the air.
And would it be bass gang without a freaking Marwan B0? That's just outrageous every time. For the record, I've never recorded that low in subharmonics. C1 is the lowest I've ever recorded. And Marwan has multiple recordings lower than that as a 19-year-old. Oh, I remember hearing this for the first time. This is so hype, and you can feel it building now. We've got the kick, we've got these snaps that come in, we've got the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and we're feeling all this motion building out of this darker section, and then we go into like the Mariah Carey version, basically.
And everyone is singing, yeah. I hear the sleigh bells ringing.
Nice growl from Tommy.
Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah. I don't.
The boys would be proud because I could not riff at all when I was an undergrad. And now I can riff, baby. Let's go. Yeah, this section, I remember hearing this during the original, when he first sent us the demo, and it's like, this is like style number 3 of the song, and I was like, I don't know about this. This arrangement's like a little, like it just doesn't seem streamlined enough or cohesive enough. And now that we're at the finished product, with everything really flowing together nicely, with everyone recording their parts, with the amazing mixing, now it's just like, oh wow, this is actually really cool and creative. And you get like 3 different covers of All I Want for Christmas Is You all in one. You get like the Michael Bublé version, then you really get like the true like Casper Bass Gang version, and then we get like this Mariah Carey version at the end. Sick.
Bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah.
Please bring my baby to me, yeah. I think that's what I did. Please bring my baby to me, yeah. Something like that. Absolutely could not have done that with the vocal agility. This is like, riffing is something I've really had to train into my voice. I was not a natural riffer at all. And I'm not as good as Tommy. I'm not as good as plenty of the guys I was in the group with, even at this point. But I could do it good enough now to where I can put riffs into a song. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool.
One I really need, won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for.
That really was how I was feeling. I was like in that mood when recording this. It was just like, this is so fun. So it goes from this dark bass gang section to like this super uplifting, positive, fun, flowing section.
Won't you please bring my baby to me? Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside my door.
Oh, I love that note there. We're going to know what key we're in. So the flat 6. So Bobby goes to the flat 6, the E flat, in G major, and it's this really cool way to. It's a cool note to end his phrase on because it doesn't quite sound right, but it gives this nice little crunch.
See my baby standing right outside my door.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know.
Make my wish come true. All I want.
Those high notes from Casper. So that's D5, and I think he hits a tenor high C in full chest.
My baby standing right outside my door.
I just want
That's G.
you for my own, more than you could ever
B, high B,
Make my wish come true.
then high D.
All I want for Christmas.
Before Bobby melts us all. I had a really low bass line in this section that it's pretty suppressed right now to make room for everything happening above. There's a lot of action happening at this point, but I think it goes dum 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 dum. Okay, so it goes down to E1, G G G G E E E. If you listen closely, you can hear me chest frying down there.
See my baby standing right outside
here?
my door.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know.
Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
God. That's criminal.
All I want for Christmas is you.
And then a brilliant G1 subharmonic from Bobby. I also sang a G1 sub at the end on You. I don't think we ended up using it, but these G1s, I mean, this is for sure the best. That's a great screenshot of Marwan there. Someone get that. That's definitely the best, like really low chest I've ever heard from Bobby. I think a record to have essentially a solo G1 in chest voice. I mean, it is. I don't know what he did the night before. I gotta ask him because it is. So to me it sounds like a relaxed Jeff Castellucci low G, which is, y'all know how significant that is. Absurd.
All I want for Christmas is you.
What an outstanding. I'm so incredibly proud of Casper for putting this together and joining us. And man, he sounds good with the group, doesn't he? He sounds really good with the gang. And it sounds really great to have a tenor voice in there. You know, we really have not done that before. Right? No, we've had female collaborators, but never a tenor, I don't think. So that sounds amazing. I'm so happy with how this came out. Good Lord. Shout out to Casper. Shout out to Marwan for the amazing video editing, and all the boys for bringing it this holiday season. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Please leave a like and comment and subscription on the way out. Super helpful. Go support the Bass Gang. If I enhanced your Bass Gang experience, consider joining my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And once again, big shout out to TuneLark, my partner company. If you guys want virtual lessons in anything musical related, if you're trying to get better at singing or any instrument or composition or music production, that's the place to do it. Follow the link in the description for 50% off your first trial lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.